Nikocado Avocado, one of the biggest and infamous creators on the platform, known for his melodrama and excessive amounts of foods that he eats. Considering almost everyone that sees him has an initial reaction of disgust, how did he find his way to fame and stay relevant in the spotlight on the platform for over 7 years? Is it a pure stroke of dumb luck that he's made a career out of this, doing it for nearly a decade, or has there been intentional calculations along the way? To find out, we need to learn about the whole picture. Before Nikocado Avocado, there was Nicholas Perry, who was born on May 19th in 1992 in Ukraine. He was adopted in infancy by an American family and was raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Having learned about his adoption early on in life, he struggled to make sense of it. As a result, he said he acted out and received mental health interventions as a child. He was prescribed antidepressants from when he was 7 years old. Later on, as a preteen, he was also diagnosed with ADD and OCD.
I was in and out of therapy since I was like 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, why were you in therapy in the first place?
Behavioral issues, so I would want attention.
This is important to know for later. Before anyone knew him as Nikocado Avocado, he supported himself as a freelance violinist and was pushing carts at Home Depot while uploading some of his videos of his music performances to YouTube. Although he had the musical talent, he still found it difficult to make a living in the city of other talented and competitive musicians. This is where he learned firsthand of the issues of supply and demand, with an extremely high supply and low demand for the music industry that he was in. At this point in time, Nick began posting YouTube videos in 2014 as a vegan vlogger. He would eventually stop doing this due to health reasons and his frustrations with the vegan community. Instead, he started creating videos around the new popular Korean concept of mukbangs after his friend had recommended it to him. He originally dismissed it, thinking who would just want to watch me eat food, but he quickly changed his mind after getting 50,000 views in the first few weeks. After putting in years of work of trying to make it in the musical entertainment industry, he was presented with a different path to fame through YouTube. The question was, just how bad would he want it? Nikocado Avocado was fortunate enough to get the golden ticket recommendation from a friend to start mukbangs. This only worked because he was an early adopter to capitalize on the trend of mukbangs before they blew up. If he were to start the mukbangs he was doing back then today, the already existing niche would be much harder to break into. Within his first few months of doing mukbangs, he was already hitting 500,000 views. It puts into perspective how crazy this is when you compare this to one of the biggest mukbangers on the platform right now, Sugi, and her performance. It took her about 3 times as long just to get to the same point. Getting this golden ticket recommendation was the opportunity to start a YouTube career. He capitalized and followed up on this by posting daily content. He cracked the code of thumbnails by understanding high-calorie food was extremely clickable, having an already existing understanding of the market from when he did vegan vlogs. I think it's worth noting he did vegan vlogs for 2 years without much result in order to reach the one understanding of high-calorie foods equals better views. He was showing the internet something that's never been seen before, a copious amount of food no sane person would consume if they valued their health. I feel like people click initially on these videos because of the innate human desire to survive against starvation and hoard calories, because our ancestors struggled for consistent meals, so they stacked on the calories when presented the opportunity. My theory is that these videos satisfy cravings and fulfill a survival desire. It's why I think things like speed eating and TV shows like Man vs Food are successful. The content itself is another inbuilt form of marketing due to the organic occurrences of reminders for the YouTube channel. Every time you see a form of junk food he ate, Nikocado would be the first thing to come to mind, assuming he built a strong enough connection from daily uploads. Food was able to build a stronger connection through a consistent trigger, and it made it a habit to condition the audience to remind them that Nikocado exists every time they see a form of junk food, which I think translates to higher click-through rates when presented with his face again. These videos, although they captured on the momentum to build an audience, they were great for viewership, but would not be so great for his body later down the line. Having captured a consistent audience through mukbangs, he had a gradual turn to drama, getting rewarded in views for more dramatic videos, small comparatively to what they are now. Drama works as the quickest way to capture an audience's attention, albeit negatively, as it heavily implies conflict, and that's the main crux of any story, and therefore more entertaining. If you want to build up an audience this way is an entirely different question. This led to the influx of a new type of audience and would create his new niche and content strategy, leading to the next level spike in his viewership. This would be the start of the infamous character the internet loathes. His first video that went viral that only focused on drama without any appearance of food was "I'm getting fat and I don't know why."
I have gained weight, and I don't even know why. I don't know why. I have a fast metabolism. I work out 3 times a week. I eat plenty of fiber. It's like this happened overnight.
Why did such a simple but also negative video of him complaining about himself gaining weight go viral? This is solely based on the fact that the main emotion felt in the video by the audience is anger. But how does a single negative emotion lead to virality? There are multiple specific emotions that lead to viral content. Anger is just one of them. Specifically, it's an active emotion that leads to an energy in the audience that needs to get released. This normally gets done through sharing content through word of mouth. In this particular video, viewers are probably thinking, how can someone be this arrogant and ignorant that they're not aware of how they're gaining the weight given their track record? Given the context of his mental issues that we talked about from when he had them as a child, it led him to continue to record his mental breakdowns. But what actually pushed him to edit and upload these videos? I can only speculate with these 3 theories that I have. 1. Nick continued to do this because he was fueled by scarcity, by coming up from a place of a poorer demographic. He had experienced the struggle of living in Colombia on a few dollars a day. He needed the clicks for more money, and the analytics were showing him that this was the way to go. 2. He had beef with his earlier vegan community that he had built up before he started posting mukbangs, which led him to have a negative association with some aspects of the internet, which created an already drama-primed brain. He was using being viewed as the bad guy on the internet, so why not get more clicks while you're at it? 3. He is a creator and performer. Unfortunately, the way he's creating and performing happens to be this, which is how he makes his living online. The wheel would continue to turn with more uploads and drama. This cycle would continue to evolve. It's evolving, just backwards. The Stephanie Sue arc solidified his place as the platform's villain. Content creators always try to start movements together on the channel. However, Nikocado has taken the opposite approach. He's unified the internet to be against him. It's very easy to do that with the content that is uploaded. Let me list some out for you as an example. He's eaten honeycombs with bees still on it. He doesn't finish food that he prepares for his videos. He's recorded himself defecating areas, dancing while calling pizza a vegetable, and most iconically, labeling his fat as water weight.
It's mostly water weight.
Although this paints him in a bad light, it achieves results that led to the next level wave of his new viewership. So he'll continue to post videos of himself crying into trays of food with titles like "Nobody likes me, I'm done," and "My life is falling apart." And he has publicly acknowledged that he chooses to take advantage of his low moments for success.
A lot of it is stemming from like something wrong in me, so I'm just like, well, f it. Everyone already hates me, or I'm already dramatic. Let me just grab the camera and just like film it. So some of them are like really real for me, even though there's no context or no one even understands why I'm even doing it.
We've talked about how his videos go viral, but how does he sustain an audience in order to be able to do this for over 6 years? I'm going to say this now. I genuinely think that Nikocado Avocado is a content strategy genius. He's been doing something that no one else on the platform has been able to achieve. Getting everyone to hate you but still watch you. It's gotten to the point where the personality of Nikocado Avocado has outgrown the original mukbang niche. People aren't coming for the mukbang content, they're coming to bash on an individual that's reducing his lifespan and making content out of it. He's been able to maintain views and stay in the spotlight through the creation of this character, which is an extreme persona that you'd never see in your day-to-day life. When you become a bigger YouTuber with some form of audience base, there's lots more you can do to test content strategy. He's shown himself to be self-aware to know what he's doing.
I've eaten more avocados than any other person on earth that I know of. If every ounce of fat you ate was the fat you wear, I don't think I'd look like this.
Turkey baster, up in here. Turkey baster, up in here.
And this is the description that he used for this video. Some other things that have shown his self-awareness is that he's created these weird characters of ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend to feature on his channel. Having obvious scripted bits or planned parts of the video,
My scooter! My precious scooter!
or even just breaking character in front of Utoovoos.
Gray, brown, flat, and boring.
Yeah, just like
your.
With this setup, he's created a master marketing funnel. Every few months he has an event that keeps him in the public eye. There's always ongoing things that he has on top of his consistent content, things that he does outside of his mukbang niche. Things like this could be some form of drama, him performing as Nikocado Avocado, a big update on his health, and basically a headline-worthy result that reaches the wider internet, that leads to audience growth and renews his shelf life. He's gone above the YouTube algorithm by organically being talked about through word of mouth, being such a novelty that people can't help but talk about him even outside the confines of YouTube. This is the part which is almost impossible to organically replicate. His genius in accumulating views lies in being a trend starter, not a trend rider. If you're able to be a trend starter, you will be handsomely rewarded online through views, engagement, and continued relevancy. Nikocado has made the trend about himself in a negative way, getting everyone to get angry and absolutely loathe you. This has worked as people feel their own social standing increase by simply talking about Nikocado Avocado. He's at a much lower point in his life than the viewers are, so it's much easier to punch down on him. People continue to talk and or watch Nikocado Avocado as it's an anchor point of a low standard. He's become the symbol of extremism and weakness, and has harnessed the most powerful weapon of the 21st century because of it: memes. He's gone extremely viral many times on other people's content, not even his own. Some examples include the King of Mukbang, becoming an easy feature case in Reject Weakness compilations, and also Crackback's Minecraft edits. It's all free marketing for his channel and keeps him on top of people's minds. Top of mind equals tip of tongue, which means people will continue to talk about him and therefore he'll stay relevant, which is how he's been able to extend his career thus far. Is this intentional? Partially, but probably not to the extent that it's been reached. I don't think he'd go from the start, I'm going to make my way into weak-minded men compilations. That's just a byproduct of what he's currently been doing. If there was nothing new presented, he'd dwindle in views and engagement, which is what you'd expect to be the case if the audience is sticking around, mostly because they hate you. Case in point, that vegan teacher. She was relevant for a little bit and then dropped off the face of the earth. He's been able to balance this out by establishing a wide-ranging, diverse audience base by introducing more variables for different demographics to watch and try make sense of him. There are people that 1. Want him to stop, either out of hate or genuine concern for his health. 2. Pure entertainment, people that hang around for the drama or just to see what weird stuff that he does next. 3. The people that use him as motivation to not turn out exactly like him. It's like watching a car crash in real time. It's so scary that you can't look away, but you don't want to be there. 4. Trying to figure out if this is all real or fake, and trying to poke holes in the wider Nikocado-verse. They try to acquire evidence from the old versus new Nikocado, and things like why doesn't Orlan leave, and who are these other characters that Nikocado occasionally brings onto his channel. I've fallen into this category, by the way. And last of all, some of the people that actually genuinely just enjoy the mukbang content. The fact that he's been able to sustain this variety of audience over the years is a testament to his content strategy. He has turned his main channel into a landing page for new viewers, as he now posts a lot less to it. Although there are a vast majority of haters, Nikocado is able to convert the viewers that stay for his mukbang content to his other channels. It doesn't even matter if people know that he's playing a fake character. Even if they know, they'll still continue to watch in order to prove themselves right for validation. I know I have. So in summary, he's been able to stay in the spotlight by continuing to build intrigue surrounding his public persona of Nikocado Avocado through performing sensationalized stunts for the internet. As much as I hate to admit it, but in doing research for this video, I've gained a profound appreciation for what he's managed to achieve below the surface. Nikocado is a character that performs in order to be someone who's the butt of the joke. His appearance on Oompaville and interactions with him and Meat Canyon really solidified this fact for me. I don't think the way he's gone about it is the best, as I worry for his health, but the breadcrumbs that I've been following in order to make this analysis has opened up a new perspective. If you're a content creator that's struggling to get views, I'm offering my experience on how to create viral content. I'll be sharing the frameworks that I've used to create my most viewed videos. If this is something you'd be interested in, head to the Google form I've linked in the description. Once it's been filled out, I'll be in touch. I hope you've taken away some lessons about content creation and internet culture and used them in your own creative pursuits in a healthier way. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.